welcome to my podcast. My name is Michelle, and this is my very first episode of Tiny's Knit Nest, where we will talk about finished projects, works in progress, current reads, current binge watching shows, and also a new lifestyle journey with me. Let me start off by saying I am coming from Wyoming. I live with my husband and our 4 kids. We have 2 dogs and a cat. My oldest kid is 14 and youngest is 2. If you hear them, I apologize. Joys of small house. And when I say new lifestyle journey is only because I found out about a week ago that I'm pre-diabetic, and that runs heavily on both my mom and my biological father's side of the family, of my genetics. So I am taking it rather seriously to change it. But enough about me. Let's dive into finished projects. I have 2 finished projects. 1 works in progress, my current read, and my current TV show, and then we'll dive into everything else. So my first finished project still needs to be blocked, but I'm waiting on my blocking boards to get here from Amazon. This is Lake Point Shawl by Salt City Knits in the colorway. This top one is Cue the Confetti, and the border is Party Favor, and a nice pop of color to the white with all the little tiny colors. I cannot wait to block this and enjoy it for myself. I hardly ever knit anything for myself anymore. My next finished project is a set of socks that I made for my best friend. The pattern is Morning Walk by the Crazy Sock Lady. The yarn again, the yarn is for the cuff and toe are fresh out of Clucks, and the leg, heel, and foot are Eggs in a Basket. It is August's colorway for Yarnable, while the shawl was June's. Yarnable is a monthly yarn subscription along with knitting, and the Yarnable, it has helped with my mental health. I suffer with anxiety and depression, and both knitting and getting my Yarnable helps tremendously. Before we get into works in progress, I'm going to bring in my current read, which is Ruthless Creatures by JT Geinsinger. I'm a spicy romance girl, kind of a dark romance, but with a lot of spice. I really love it. Not everybody does. So if you're looking for book recommendations, I'm not your girl. I would love to say I am, but I'm not. Now, for works in progress, mine currently lives in this sewing machine little box basket contraption that I got from Hobby Lobby in Denver in November. That is always fun to say. Never realized that it actually rhymed until now. Sorry about that. Had to check on the kids. My current work in progress, like I said, lives in this quilter's box. It is the Stephen West's Mystery Musikal knit along. It's taken me well over a month to knit it. I started it last week of October, have been working on it all through November. I finally made it to clue 4, which is this top section. There's over 500 plus stitches. It has definitely challenged me. So got clue 1 here with the wefts and brioche. Clue 2 being the squiggles. Clue 3, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 are the diamonds here, and part 2 is this basket weave, and then part 4 is this 3 brioche section. I'm almost done. I think I have 6 rows left, but when you really count them, when you work one color and then the next, it's close to like 12. And then I get to attempt my very first ever I-cord bind off. Again, this has been, I don't want to say a nightmare, because it hasn't really been a nightmare. It's actually been a real fun challenge, but it's exactly what it is. Oh, before I forget, the yarn is Cascade's yarn in highlighter pink, highlighter yellow, highlighter green, and highlighter orange. I really like the bright vibrancy of it. I'm using, hold on, I have knit notes. I know I do. I wrote them down. US 4 or 3.5 millimeter Carbons needles. They were gifted to me by a sweet older lady who only ever knits hats, and she had gotten it as a set and she just didn't use them anymore. She gifted me every circular needle she had, along with all of her double point needles, and over $3,000 of Italian yarn. So bless her heart. I love her. I have a 45-gallon tote that is just filled with yarn because of her. And so I will be knitting quite a bit. As for the shows I am binge watching is Blue Bloods. And I usually sit right here at my big computer and binge watch Blue Bloods while I'm working on my works in progress. And it helps, if you didn't notice bedpost, it helps for me to be able to watch my show, be in here, because my husband and I want to spend more time together, but when he gets off work, he really doesn't want to do a whole lot besides maybe eat dinner, play video games, and just relax, which I don't blame him. So I had to come up with a new creative way to be able to spend time with him. So I watch my show and I knit right here in my own little cozy corner, or my nest. Yeah. So I don't know yet if it's going to be a weekly podcast situation or if it's going to be every other week. I'm still getting into this, so it might take me a little bit. I'm still waiting for stuff to come in the mail. I'm going to be sending stuff out in the mail. Plus the holiday season's right around, so I may not get back or make another video until after the holidays, because the holiday season is kind of a tough time for me. I've lost several family members around the holidays that meant the world to me. One, there's a picture here, not a very good picture, but it's my uncle who passed away when I was still a teenager, and he died due to Alzheimer's and a really bad blizzard. So thankfully right now we have no snow over here, but the moment it starts snowing, kind of kicks in. But I want to thank you again for joining me on my first ever episode, and I will see you guys soon.